Oh, he's not going to, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Dick, how are you?
Okay, I guess we'll go ahead and bring the meeting to order. It's 5:30. Got another meeting down there? Director? Yes, got another meeting down there, Lisa? Okay, thanks to everybody for being here. Mayor, thank you, Andrew. Thank you, everybody for being here. We'll go ahead and get started. I don't know if everybody saw the agenda. I have some extra copies out here if they want to, anybody wants to look at it. First order of business is approval of the minutes. Copy of the minutes are here too if anybody wants to share those. The agenda. I'll take a motion for the minutes whenever you're ready, guys.
Make a motion to approve this.
Have a motion, a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Old business? Anybody?
No business?
Okay. All right, so then we'll move on to new business. Chuck, I think before we get to that, I actually had on the agenda for you to talk about the needs for the department so we can, the process will be that once we hear your statements, we're going to take a vote to pass it on up to the full commission. I talked to the mayor, he says it does need a full commission vote to release the checks. I know Andrea has the checks, they have been signed. Mayor, do you have something
Let
on
me
that?
speak on that. I probably should say something to you earlier. After I talked to you this morning, Andrew, you want to tell about our discussion, what we had about the budget and such as that? Well, you know, this money is already in the budget. The only thing, and Heather can show you 2 months ago, May the 20th, I think it was, Heather, that we voted to send this on to the commission.
Yes.
And get commission approval, but for some reason or other, it never goes legislative or anything to go on to the commission. The point I guess I'm trying to make is the fact that it's in the budget, and that's probably, you know, y'all voted the time before to go ahead and give the money to them. And of course, the money that's there every year is the cent of the cents from the quarter fire program. The incentive money, that's where the hang probably is right there, but it's in the budget to do that, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Part of what the countywide fire had approved to send to finance, we moved that money out of the reserve and put it in a line item to be dispersed. And that went to finance and was approved, and then it went to the county commission. So technically, the commission has approved the budget and the line items for it to be paid out of.
Okay, great. I know you and I had talked and felt like it needed to go
Yeah.
to a vote.
And guys, you know, probably what, this is recommendation on my part, just for me speaking. I don't, you know, y'all the committee, you know, you're the, everything, do what you want to do. But what I would do, since you've already voted to give it, it's already in the budget, to give it to them. But I'd let somebody give a report to the commission the next time they meet to explain where that money's going to, whether it be Chuck or Dave, you know, one or the other. I think the commission has the right to know whether that money's being spent, even though it's already, you know, already approved and everything. But I think it would be good PR. You might not care anything but PR, but I think it would be good to do that and just let the commissioners know. And that way, by doing that, you let the taxpayers know that money is being spent.
I think the discussion we were having and the reason we were leading to this point was the original fund in 2008 was an incentive fund. We since then said that we're going to pay this out yearly. Correct me if I'm wrong, Andrea, what we collect.
Well, from what I understood, we were gonna take the reserve amount that was in the budget, the 200,000, and to go ahead and divide that out. And then I think you probably, since 2008, it's been 8 years that
Yeah.
that amount's been building. So I don't know if it's not gonna mean much if we divvy out the equivalent at the end of this fiscal year.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to.
Well, I think that's the question.
What Dave was saying, after this,
Yes.
then it's going to be a line item in the budget.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. But I think we all felt, or the majority of us felt, that since it was still under the 2008 resolution, there was a need to know where the money was going. Now, it may be that the department just say we're going to put in savings for a fire truck. Great, that's an explanation. But it's commissioners to hand out, even though it was money aligned item for that kind of money without any accountability. That's where we were going. Right, Andrea, or not?
Well, in the individual, we changed it a little bit this year.
All right, well, I think we can resolve this tonight anyway with Chief Stein is going to tell us what he has to report, and we'll, if you're okay with that, Mayor, we'll hear that, and then we'll, if you want it to go ahead and pass out, then we go to the commission and have Chuck inform them. Is that what you're saying?
I think yes, since it's already voted at the last meeting to do that.
Yep.
I think that would be the thing to do, and I think that would show some trust with our volunteers and this committee and county general government, that we're working together trying to, get things done like that. So I think the commission needs to know, but I think we really and truly should hand those checks out tonight after Chuck's report, if y'all need his report.
Yeah, I think that's what I just said.
Right.
This stuff is anywhere, I'm not priced any cheap crazy than what's said. We radios, your pagers, we're looking at
Pager and everything?
Yeah.
The basic turnout set without pager and radios is probably close to 3.
And then you're looking at probably another
Radio.
1,500 for radio and a pager. So you're looking close to $5,000 per firefighter that we
Yeah.
have. So you can see that $13,000 is not gonna go far with a set of turnout gear or something.
And also the turnout gear has a 10-year lifespan on it.
Okay, you go ahead, Chuck.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Chuck.
Okay. Next thing, this is a coat. This is our fire coat. Comes in 2 different pieces. You can see it ravels. This is getting out of date. This is some that is in Kellen's gear that will be replaced. But there's our coat. Helmets. That helmet's about, it's probably $300, $325 for that style helmet. You can get some cheaper, you can get some expensive. That's about midline. So that's what we're looking at there. Pager, that's $500-$600, I guess, so that's where we're at. That's how they all have to have that. That's how they're notified through their pager system. Have to have a radio so you can refer back, you can talk back and forth to your fireman because that's for the safety issue. That's just Nomex hood goes over your head that keeps embers from going down behind your coat. Anything there? Most everybody out here knows what this stuff is. Flashlight. That flashlight right there is probably what, $100? They're about $100 a piece. And that's just the way it is. Set of boots. Typical set of steel-toe rubber boots that protect it. Gotta have gloves. That's just typical fire protective gloves. They've got about 5, and usually probably around 10 would be.
So 50 grand easily.
Right. So 10, I mean, that's average. There's some got more, some have less. So I think 10 would be a good median number.
Okay.
And then also you have a bag, that bag right there, it's got fire wrote on it, that, you know, that's gonna cost you $100. And then another thing that most all you, some of them have, some of them don't, it's a very good thing, that's a safety tag. So that if you send somebody into a fire, fighting a fire, that way they're accountable, they know that that person is in the fire, and until you account back to this tag, you know, your fire, that's a safety issue, that's something in the system that they all have a need, and most of them, well, all of them do have a system similar of some way, so, but this one here is just a system that you take, you would click it, give it to the chief or whoever's in charge, and that's how they know where you're at. So,
Then you got another $5,000 or $6,000 on there for our pack.
right.
All right.
Question, when this equipment has to be replaced, what becomes of this used equipment?
Really, there's not a whole lot you can do. I mean, there's places that make, somebody wants to do crafts with them, other they make bags and like duffel bags and stuff, but for like, most of the time you just have to.
Or it's trash.
It's trash. Are you training gear, training partners?
Norwood Bromley, we allow our Explorer program to wear our old gear so they have an idea what it kind of feels like. And we'll also use our old gear when we do training so we can keep our newer stuff in better shape.
Usually, everybody wants to keep their helmet. Each helmet, that's, you know,
And this-
everybody really likes to
For
keep their
years, and I never did like anybody wearing anybody else's helmet.
Now, I would just, not to interrupt you, but this, for that helmet there, this is a Kelly helmet. But the reason I have this helmet is because Chief Green had some extras and I got it from Chief Green. That's why I have a fancy helmet. Kelly's helmets usually don't look like that. It just, luckily Chief Green had extra and he was gracious enough to let me have it to wear. So, I mean, everybody, they're working together and it's kind of entertaining.
Chuck, is the helmet got a 10-year, do they do the 10-year lifespan on the helmet?
Do we have any live?
Everything is 10-year lifespan.
Do you ever find that you need to replace that visor more
Yeah.
often? Because I noticed that
Yes.
the acrylic has
Right. With
changed
anything-
colors over time.
The heat, a lot, there's different style of heat, but this is something that can be replaced.
Okay.
Unscrew it and put them on, but that's something that, you know, it could be cracked, it could change color, or
Yeah.
be scratched go bad. So that's something that is replaceable.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner.
The next thing, I want to go through the list of what each fire department wants to spend with their money. The Winchester Fire Department, they want to work on or build a special operations trailer. What they mean by that is there's going to be some hazmat type stuff, road rescue type things. That's where they want to spend their money. County, they're wanting to buy turnout gear and some equipment for a new truck that they just acquired. Deckard, they're wanting to use their equipment for the new ladder truck they recently purchased. Estill Springs, right now, they want to deposit it in the bank, but it's looking to be spent back improvements.
Is that or?
Is that for us?
I can give it to you.
What was after Deckard?
Deckard, equipment,
Yeah,
for their new
after
ladder
that,
truck.
what was after that?
Estill Springs,
That's the Springs?
okay. Right now, their intentions at this moment is bank deposit, but they're looking to purchase new air packs, or an air pack improvement.
Okay.
Huntland, they're looking for a new deck gun, hose, and then general equipment. Belvedere, they're looking to buy 2 new air packs. Legacy Crossroads, they recently had an issue with one of their tankers.
Oh, hold on. Hold on.
I can get you copies.
Okay.
Should have a.
Lexi, they've recently had a truck that's a truck, so this money's gonna be used to repair that, and if anything over that, they will use for equipment. Broadview, they've got some truck valve issues, they're wanting to try to get those improved and fixed, and also the remaining money after the trucks are fixed is a cascade system improvements. North Franklin County, they want to use theirs to pay for insurance this year. Crow Creek, they're wanting to use theirs, they recently acquired a water truck from the lime plant down there, or the quarry, that they're converting it to a tanker truck, so they have more water supply. That's what they're wanting to do there. Swanee, they're wanting to use theirs as a first response rescue type vehicle, or to use that money toward that. Alto Oak Grove, they are wanting to use for general equipment, and also they purchased some thermal imaging cameras, and that's what they're wanting to use their money for. Capitol Hill, they've got some building maintenance that they're wanting to do and general equipment. Fourth District is needing turnout gear, and we get to Key Springs. We will be withholding Key Springs because they made no effort to let me know what they spend the money on. Also, we will be withholding their regular money till that can be resolved.
Is there an issue with Key Springs, Chuck? I mean, I know, speaking with Andrea, we never seem to get their budget, or
Right.
what is the issue there?
We really don't know at this time. We're still trying to figure out the root of it. And so the media understands, everybody understands there is mutual aid in place, so say that something's around the apartments, we can take over and do something without fire protection. So that comes about.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Commissioner? Any questions from the
You're gonna
audience?
get us copies.
I will, we'll have to go to the mayor's office and make a copy, but get it.
Okay, hang on. Any questions out there on? Okay, Andrea, then we will distribute the funds tonight. Next on the agenda is Scott. You want to, first of all, congratulations on your new position.
Thank you, sir. Just want to let you fire guys know that I got your emergency response gap books here tonight. So while you're here, you can pick those up. I've been getting my feet wet and trying to figure out which direction that I need to go with.
In there that's in that shape, you can't play right.
Is there a timeline, Kathy, on this, or that you can help Chief with? Do you have a date that?
You want me to take over?
I don't really have a
Let
date.
me take over.
Okay.
Go ahead, Scott.
I want to explain the process. I don't like it. It's too slow, it's ineffective, but it's government. To start with, we have to do an RFP, which we have